Here they come. Prepare to fire. Hold. Fire! Guys, that means you gotta shoot. There we go. Alright, reload, and then do the thing again. Quickly now, they're coming. There's a lot of them. Oh boy. Look at that smoke. Oh, they're running. Yeah! Yeah! Hell yeah. Wow, look at that range. They're still dropping them. These guys are still dropping. Wow. It is time for more medieval strategy here on the channel. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look at a new RTS known as Warbringers of Angrul. Now, this game is similar to maybe Bannerlords and Total War in many ways, and you'll see what I mean here as this small team is making their very first early access sandbox medieval fantasy PvE game, and much more coming down the pipe as it's early access. Well, thanks to the developers of this game for sponsoring today's video, and you can check it out with the link down below in the description. We're going to go ahead and take our first look at the campaign for now, but there's also some battles that are available that feature all sorts of different factions. I think you can kind of make your own battle here, which of course allows you to fight it out in the traditional style of Bannerlords, where of course you're playing as an infantryman, or maybe you're on horseback and your troops are with you and you're clashing against a whole nother army. So yeah, pretty cool actually. There's two different armies here that we can play as for that, and that's who we'll be playing against in the full game as well, or the campaign I should say. Crossbowmen, paladins, marksmen, priests, all the things that you'd expect for games such as this. All right, without further ado, let's take our first look at the campaign for Warbringers of Angrul. Let's go. A little breakdown of the campaigns that are available. There's 3 different ones available in this current version of the game, all taking place on this continent known as Angrul, hence the name Warbringers of Angrul. So we have ourselves a few different factions for the humans, I believe, and then also one for the orcs down here too, with many more to come in the future. So we have ourselves 2, one focusing on gunpowder units and strong cavalry, one focusing on fire and healing, and then of course the orcs giving access to low tier cheap monsters that of course allows us to be a horde, which is pretty cool. So we start in the upper right corner for the orcs. We have ourselves the fire and healing in the middle here, and then of course the gunpowder here in the lower left corner. That's the Kingdom of Iran. Then we have ourselves the let's see, the Eternal Crusade, perhaps, and then also the Cultist of Astaroth. So, or at least that's kind of who they're going with. Well, serpent gods and stuff too. So if you want to, you can read all the backstory, as we probably choose the gunpowder one, because hell yeah, brother, guns, hell yeah. So each of the different maps or locations give us a different map, so that's pretty cool. We'll have different biomes and different starting areas. So let's get started. Here we go. It's beautiful. Our kingdom and our castle. Right, so here's the kingdom, or I guess the castle of, or the town of Montarak. And then, of course, we have ourselves a little boat here for set dressing. But this is the southwestern side of the map that we just saw earlier in the world map, with some other locations listed that are walled cities or ruins or other castles or kingdoms. Of course, we should have our friends somewhere in the middle, the other humans right around here, I think, with their castle and stronghold. And then, of course, the orcs in the northeast. So some of these campaigns will put us directly against them. Well, we'll fight them all eventually, I'm sure, as we try to take everything over. There's the orcs there, I believe, their little kingdom, and lands around it. Cool. So we have ourselves rivers and bays, different biomes. We have snow, an oasis there. Oh, and a kind of a castle there, too, with many different art styles for all the, or designs for the castles. Like, you know, some of them have cannons. Some of them might have a moat. That kind of thing. Some are built on a mountain. Wow. And some of them are a mountain. Look at that. That actually looks like a fortress built within the wall there. Although it's just some jagged rocks. Looks like a volcano. Very cool. Is that like a mine or something? Maybe. Gold? Probably. Alright, well, if you've not played Bannerlords before, then basically the game premise is similar to Civilization or Rise of Nations, and maybe even a little bit of Age of Empires, but really the goal is not necessarily winning a battle, but conquering the whole map, and not by necessarily capturing territory, but by capturing kingdoms and strongholds such as these. So, you know, for example, we could go over here and capture this small town, or this castle up here, depending if it's not in our territory already, and this will give us bonuses to expand upon things like getting more troops, recruiting them, training them, and doing much more in different kingdoms. The more that we control, the more recruits that we can get, and it's kind of an exponential increase of our power. If we click on this kingdom here, this castle, I guess we'll just start saying, we can see, boy, lots of different things here. Trying to think of what some of these are. Well, we have ourselves logs and stone, probably grain. Not sure what that may be. Coal and iron and maybe steel, money, and then something else too. Maybe there's food listed, and also looks to be maybe gunpowder. I was going to say oil, but yeah, we actually have gunpowder for our nation, so that's going to be important to us. We can also click on village construction, so we can select different villages to, or things to build for the village. So we have ourselves a stone quarry, a forestry camp, and then also a farmstead. And then there's more things that'll unlock over time as we get access to those. We can also improve the immediate city with different types of upgrades, like military buildings such as the barracks, the archery range, the forge, a couple more to unlock there. Housing complexes, warehouses. I gotta say, I really like the look of the buildings for this faction. I have seen the other human faction as well, and they all have different looking buildings that kind of function the same, but yeah, they kind of have different execution and how they look. Looks to be a market square there, maybe guard towers, different advanced forges for things maybe like gold or whatnot in the future when we get access to that. Kind of cool, and that seems to be about it for that for now. So we can go ahead and start training some troops, but we need a barracks to do that, and those troops can be used to secure our lands and also secure lands around us, and maybe make sure that they are persuaded by the blade to come to our side. So let's go ahead and put down a barracks if we can. Very basic, 100 wood, 50 stone. So we'll get started with that. And then also, we'll probably build a village upgrade for the forestry camp. Perfect. And then we just need to build that near a forest. Surprise, surprise. There we go. And they can start cutting that down right away. Now, the whole time that I've been talking, we can actually zoom around the map anytime, so long as it's on pause. If we pause, we can't move the camera anymore. But if we on pause, we're allowed to. So I had to give that whole tour while we were wasting valuable time. However, really, I guess sometimes slower is better, especially in a game like this. Rushing in and losing all of your troops could be a very bad time, but you could also use that as a tactic to lure the enemy into a false sense of security, thinking that perhaps you've fallen. Well, look at that, another island up in the north. I'm assuming there might be some Viking factions coming along. That'd be kind of cool, or some Japanese inspired factions. That'd be really neat. Would like that. I do like the landscape of this as well. What is that? Oh, giant rock there. Alright, back to our little kingdom then. Our little castle. Looks like we finished the barracks upgrade. Good. And now we can start training troops. So here's where we'll train pretty much everybody who is a melee fighter. There's a archery range that will train ranged units. That could include spearmen or javelins, archers, maybe even riflemen and whatnot. We have ourselves sword militia, spear militia, huscarls, and shield thane. And we also have heavy footmen and regular footmen as well. Let's go ahead and start basic. We'll do sword militia. These don't look to be long swords. Let's see. Invalid amount 0. Looks like we're going to need food in order to train these guys. So we do need 50 food and 10 wood in order to get them trained up. So we better do some other things then to get food. We can also muster the army here. We can make a captain. This is where we can form our armies too, where troops will be under the command of a captain or a leader unit, like a general basically, and then they'll lead them into battle. Give them bonuses while they're there, and it could be bad times if they're killed. But that allows us to create multiple armies to go across the map. Looks like we can trade, but we need to be able to build a local market. And let's see if we can build some farms and whatnot. We have access to a farmstead. Let's do that. Oh, who's coming over? Wow, that's a giant. Yeah, it's probably the guy from the woodcutter camp coming over and sending us some good food. Or rather, wood for making food. Sorry. I was thinking in my mind that the woodcutter is going to cut down logs, bring them via the road to our castle, our keep, and then we can use that wood to build a farm. So technically, they are helping to feed us by helping to build that farm. We've identified the fertile land here with the beautiful golden grain. And then, of course, we can maybe even do some fishing and some other stuff, too, if we have access to it. These look like pretty lush waters as well. Let's continue to build stuff. So let's go with a... Well, let's try to build one of everything. A stone quarry next. Gotta go find where stone might be. Seems to be promising up here. Or here. Looks like that was a good spot. Okay, so our farmstead is making food, the logging camp making logs, and now we have a stone quarry making us lovely stone. Okay, back to the village then. There's a few more things to unlock. We get the 3 basics. And I'm trying to see if we need to assign anybody to those, but luckily we already kind of have those under control. That's already taken care of for us. Looks like that could be for coal there. So we'll get different things as we mine. Have to get the blacksmiths and such up, but I want to make sure we do food. Let's see if we can build like maybe a harbor. Nothing new really unlocked. We could build that forge though. Unlocks better troops, yep. We need iron. And of course we can move our units into other positions in order to take over enemy towns if we need to. That is the gist of the world map essentially. So as we capture each of these towns, there is probably going to be something we need to do to retrofit them after capturing them. You know, once we get our food going here, then we can build our army. We can build maybe 3 or 4 units and then attach a general to them and start going around and sacking all these cities where we actually capture them. And then they'll be forced to either pay us a kind of a tribute, or more importantly, we can assimilate them and then, of course, feed them and kind of get them back into being productive, and then use their, you know, things that they eventually harvest and or specialize in. Like maybe a town has a lot of iron. Like for example, up here they have multiple what looks to be stone quarries. So if we capture this, rather than destroying the town, we could just have them work for us. That kind of thing. Looks like there's defenses being built on the map too. Large walls. And that might be something we have to figure out how to get around, especially the walls of a city. Although sieging a city is probably going to be a whole different mess and might require a multitude of months over time. Alright. Anything else we should build? Well, we could also expand upon housing. Let's do that. We'll build a housing district. And it looks like we just got 800 food for that fertile land, so that's good. We should be able to, through our army menu, we should be able to... I want to see if there's different options here. Of course, we have our captain, commander, and sharpshooter. Okay. Let's go with our commander here, and we'll call him Bob. Bob Johnson. That's who you want to hire. Bob Johnson. That's your archer extraordinaire. Okay, so let's go ahead and muster an army. So we got Bob Johnson here, part of one of the squads or whatever, one of the armies, I guess. Then we'll go ahead and request the sword militia. We can also demolish the building if we want to. So here we need 1 population, 10 wood, and 50 food. We have 365 population. I think that's what that is. 10 wood, we have 410, and we have 50. Requires 50 food, and we have 800, looks like. So how do we recruit these boys? Invalid amount. Well, look at some of these guys. Double clicking is not working. Clicking a dragon. They don't want me to have an army. Well, that's okay. We can build an army of our own, I think, in just a moment. I got an idea. All right, anyway. Oh, we have, what was that? Population of 87? City Watch. These men will arm themselves to defend the town if attacked, but they'll not leave the city to go on a campaign. Oh, that's interesting. So this game does have towns that are automatically garrisoned or have like a town watch. we get attacked by a small army, we should be able to fend them off. But a big army will have to come back and or be built in order to protect the town. Heads up. Very cool. Looks like more fertile ground here too. But yeah, I got a plan then to be able to go into some battles here. So as I mentioned, we build up those armies and we capture some of these other points of interest. I don't know if we can actually capture these small things here like a logging camp, but this would be something to consider where it was placed before we capture and destroy the city and or assimilate it, just in case it gets destroyed, so we know where those things are. Like for example here, if we didn't know the farmland was there, we could capture that and then eventually look for it, but to know it's there means that when we do capture it, we immediately put that building there, unless the enemy somehow doesn't destroy it, that kind of thing. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go and check out the thing that we've all been waiting for. We're going to go see some actual battles now in that battle creator and see how it goes against orcs and with gunpowder and stuff and goof around. Now keep in mind, what we're about to do is going to be kind of just goofing, but this is the, I think, meat and potatoes of the game here, where it's all about strategic takeover and trying to take the enemy by surprise. City by city, building by building. That's how it's done. All right, let's go. So back to the main menu to do some dabbling in some battles. So this is a pretty good way as well to learn how to do the campaign in terms of fighting those battles that will help you to take those kingdoms and those castles and towns and bridges and whatever else you may fight for. So here on the left side and both on the right side, we have the Aeron Sword Militia all the way down to Knights and Lancers and whatnot. We can actually create a battle up to 1,000 soldiers here, so 500 on each side to make it even or fair. And so we're going to change one side of the Crusade side, and we're going to take command of another side. So we'll go ahead and try to mix and match a bunch of different units here to see how they respond. We'll go with just regular Sword Militia to begin with. Let's go with 500 of each. So here we just type in 500. And 500 of the Sword Militia, 500 of the Crusade Militia. Interestingly enough, our troops get a sword and a shield. The enemy gets what looks to be a shield and an axe. So I don't know how differently that'll play out in battle, but we're going to try that out and see how it goes. Just a simple day one battle. All right, so this is exactly what you would see in Bannerlords, for example. You might be able to hop on a horse or whatnot, and your troops will be there with you. So we got all of our boys here ready to rock. Now, all the commands are up at the top, so we can have them stay here, or we can have them charge or retreat. We could even feign a retreat, but it looks like, in a way, we kind of have the high ground, so Anakin is going to be pissed. Oh, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to have my tea up here. There we go. All right, guys, don't die. Some of you may die. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. All right, cool. Good luck. Now we're going to get into battle with them, and then we can, of course, do a heavy attack, kind of a light attack as well. There's some other options for different attacks, but let's see how it goes. I wonder if I can flank these guys a little bit. Oh, get wrecked, sir. Oh, they did not like me doing that. Tee-hee. Let me in, boys. Oh. Okay, let's select all of our troops now and have them also charge. Whoa. Select all infantry and charge. There they go. Oh yeah, get them, boys. Guy doesn't stand a chance. All right, let's flank from behind. Now, we don't get a shield at the moment, and I'm not sure if we actually get one. I'm not sure if there's a way to customize our character. Maybe in the actual campaign mission we could do that. Or maybe we can buy a different shield, different sword, different armor. That'd be kind of cool. Well, I'm not sure who's winning here. Oh, those guys are definitely winning. 500 versus 500. Might be the tactics. Maybe I should have charged. Or wait a minute. Are we surrounded? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we're winning. Oh, we're clipping off this group down here. Uh-oh. Whoa. I think they're going to win. I'm not really much of a help without the ability to parry. Oh, I love this clown music. That's me, I'm clowning around. god, they're all coming for me. Okay, boys, you win. Now, fair fight, one at a time. Oh, let's just die. There we go. All right, so you can see how many troops were left. Wow, they greatly were stronger than us. Oh, let's not load a game. Oh, we're going back into the kingdom. No, I want to go back to the battles because that was sweet. Okay, so they're not necessarily a one-to-one balanced force. That's interesting. So let's try some gunpowder. No, let's try some archers first. Let's do just regular archers. Let's do 250 archers versus the same number of militia now. But also, let's add in maybe some footmen now. So their militia are better than our militia, even though ours seem to be better equipped. But what if we try just regular footmen now? Let's mix it up a little bit. Now we have ranged and better infantry. Let's see how that works. And it looks like we're kind of in the same situation. So let's select our ranged units and tell them to retreat a little bit. Actually, I don't know if there's a way to halt. Alright, let's do select all range 2 and then retreat. Let's see where they go. Oh, they're actually despawning. Oh, that's interesting. So if we despawn troops, that probably allows in the campaign mission for them to perhaps escape. If you know you're going to lose them, you could have them fall back. I was hoping for a way to better control them and have them come over here to the flank and shoot at the enemy as they approach. But instead, let's go ahead and select all infantry in charge. There we go. See what happens. This is just endless hours of entertainment. Goofing around like this and figuring out what units are stronger and how they respond in certain ways and playing these kind of a mode for practice is invaluable. I really wish... Oh, these guys are in the same uniform I am. They just get a shield. See, this is how I wish I was kitted out. They've got a sword but also a shield, so... Are they running? Oh, they're retreating. Oh, look at that. So the enemy will actually retreat from battle. That's cool as hell. Yeah, get them, boys. We actually kind of look like we're part of the same army. So I'm assuming what will happen is they'll hit the edge of the map and then basically despawn. Kind of like our archers. Well, they wouldn't have stood a chance anyway. We didn't need them, did we? Wow, look at that. Good job, boys. We're fighting again. Are they feigning a retreat? Are they regrouping somehow? Like circus music going on here. There we got one. Oh, there they go. Huh. Now, we might be able to chase them down with cavalry. So let's do the same battle again. But this time, let's mix it up a little bit more with cavalry and see how that responds. Oh, we can pick our commander there as well. So we could do a sniper if we want to. High Inquisitor. Let's do a sniper. But we can't give ourselves a different kit. So that's kind of a shame. But anyway, let's go with the Crusade forces. And let's go with the... we'll mix it up for these guys too a little bit. Let's give them the militia because they're pretty tough. 250. Then we'll give them 100 Crusaders. And we'll give them... maybe a couple of Zealots. And Paladins. What are we up to now? We're up to 450. And let's give them a couple of Crusade Priests. Alright, now for our forces, we're going to step up to the footmen again. We'll give ourselves 100. Where's our cavalry? Is that a horse in the background there? That looks like a horse. Let's give ourselves cavaliers times 50. Archers 250. And a bunch of militia. Let's do... what are we at now? 400? Hopefully I did my maths right. Let's see how that goes. Oh, cool. Wow, now we're like a Roman. Oh, we got a pistol now? Hell yeah. Woo! Alright, and they're off. How do I reload? Looks like we also have the ability to call out spells and other things like that too, but let's just hold with our forces for a minute. I can see the enemy way out there. Looking good, boys. A few things here I hope in the campaign mode, and I'm not sure exactly, but to be able to strategically lay out these forces and put them wherever we want is good, or would be good. It's an important thing, so it should happen. We, of course, have archers in the rear, but I'd like to put them to a flank. We have cavalry in the front, which is good, but I'd also like to put them in the flank. But let's go ahead and select our cavalry units and have them charge. There they go. Nice. Bash them right into them. Let's see if we can just shoot a random guy. Oh, our arrows. Letting loose the arrows. Let's shoot this guy here. Whoa. Break yourself, fool. My character didn't even have time to shoot. Who cares? We can watch the battle this way. This is much more interesting. Alright, so the enemy has defeated our horsemen and is now pushing forward. The arrows providing range support. This is much more interesting to see it this way. I think we're going to get clapped again. But I'm really shocked at our cavalry doing so poorly, actually. These guys are casting spells or something like that. They might be buffing the enemy infantry, so these guys could be way tougher than we imagine. Yep. You can see these guys like glowing yellow. Look at that. I want them glowing yellow because of the size of my army, not because they're buffed, you know what I mean? Oh, we're totally dead. It's over. It looks cool, though, to see how it breaks down and where the breakthroughs are. And again, learning about cavalry and such, you know, I think tactics are going to be more important than unit composition, right? Like how powerful a unit is, how expensive a unit is. So if we were able to set up our horses here, maybe flank around the enemy, we could have destroyed part of that army or something. All right, let's do something different now. Let's go ahead and try a group of musketeers. We're going to do a group of 250 musketeers. Let's go all ranged. 250 longbowmen. Keep with our sniper. And let's go ahead and have them come in with the... Got to switch that to Crusades. I find this endlessly fascinating, though, to goof around with this stuff. It's truly really fun to be able to goof around with units and see what their range are and how they can push through. Inquisitors, scouts, Templar. Let's go with Templars. Let's just go with a crazy army of 500 Templars, and let's see what happens. Again, back to the battle. Ooh, uh-oh. Oh, she's chugging. PC's chugging. Oh, boy. 1 FPS. I'm gonna see how this plays out. This is kind of like unbearable to watch. Oh, there we go. I guess it was loading in all the units. Okay, we can already hit the longbowmen. Oh, the rifles. Wow. There goes those volleys, baby. Doing barely any damage to these guys. Oh, never mind. Oh, I got one. Wow. Look at him drop, baby. Also, it takes a very long time to fire this gun. That's ridiculous. That was cool as hell. They got incredibly close. I thought it was over. Now, hold on. Now I want to start doing musket battles, because this is sweet. That's very cool. All right, let's do another battle. How do we end things here? Escape, tab. Oh, no. Well, the enemy's fleeing, so that's over. Good job, boys. Somebody missed, but I'm not going to name names, okay? Uniforms look good, too. Good job. I really want to change formations from musket battle like this. All right, let's do 500 Musketeers versus 500 Musketeers, right? So let's go with the... Actually, let's mix it up now. Let's go Crusade. We'll be the Crusade now. Time to switch allegiance. And let's be a High Inquisitor. And let's go with the Musketeers here. So these are marksmen. Are they better than... Wait a minute. They might not get... The marksmen actually might be crossbowmen. Alright, I still want... I want Musketeers then. But let me play as a High Inquisitor. See how that looks. Then as we play against the enemy... Mounted Paladins. God, we're not going to stand a chance. What's their best ground unit? I want to maybe just Paladins, Crusade Paladins. Those guys look pretty heavily armored. Okay, let's do that. I was hoping for a musket battle, but maybe we won't get that with the current setup. With their marksmen, etc. Cannot have an army more than 1,000 units. Did I... 500 and 500 is 1,000. Alright, 499. I got something in the wrong spot. Oh, okay. Well, let's refresh that. Battles, Musketeers, 500. Let's go with the Aeron Commander. Crusading forces of 500 Paladins. Huh. Alright, let's try 400. And 400. Not sure where it's pulling from here. What if we do 1 and 1? Oh, there we go. Well, a 1v1 ain't gonna be interesting. I'll kill my own guy. There's no friendly fire? Alright, 1-on-1, bro. They don't want us doing the 500 versus 500. Here, I'll go get them. Actually, wait, you come with me. Let's go, baby. Let's find this guy. Oh, he's got him. There he is. We shot him. Two shots. Three shots. Shoot him, bro. Oh, wow. He wasn't even aiming the right way. 4 shots to take those guys down. Oh, boy. They're going to hit the line before we know it. All right, let's try that again. 500. Maybe these guys count as more than 1. Maybe there's an issue where they're giving them a different value. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. All right. The final battle. Let's do it. So when you got your forces at the enemy's gate and it's their last stand and you're technologically advanced with gunpowder and everything else, you're going to be all good here. All right, boys. Enemies coming. Prepare to fire. Let's see what happens. Here they come. Prepare to fire. Hold. Fire. Guys, that means you gotta shoot. There we go. All right, reload and then do the thing again. Quickly now. They're coming. There's a lot of them. Oh, boy. Look at that smoke. Oh, they're running. Yeah! Yeah! Hell yeah. Wow, look at that range. They're still dropping them. These guys are still dropping. Wow. Good job, guys. Holy crap, that was awesome. Yeah, this is definitely something I want to tinker around with. I want to see more units here, too, for sure. Wow, that was cool as hell. All right, I want to see cavalry mounted with rifles. I want to see cavalry mounted with bow and arrow. That's probably something coming along. Some unit customization like that would be amazing. Endless amounts of kind of modifying and customization to then make an army that could be very powerful with very limited units, but yet very expensive. Or you can go with the Horde. The Crusade faction certainly seems to be a little better than our faction in terms of their basic troops, but where we may lack in, well, I guess manpower, we do have with firepower. So I bet we could have beat that army with about maybe 250, half the numbers that we have. That'd be interesting to see. Okay, so anyway, there's a lot of experimentation to be done here in the battle mode, which is perfect for then preparing for the campaign mode, to then fighting with those three factions and even like having some monsters and stuff going in. I didn't see monsters in that battle menu, but still seems pretty cool. Maybe it's a thing that's coming soon. Yeah, I don't see them available at the moment, but we do have the two human factions ready to rock. With the orcs coming down the pipe too, it'll be interesting as hell to fight against orcs and ogres and, I don't know, trolls. I don't know if they'll get other units, but I'd love to see it. Guys, that is all our time today for Warbringers of Angrul. If you want to get it, check down below in the description. Thanks to the developers for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you all soon. Let me know what you think of the game down below. What do you think of games like Banner Lords and Manor Lords and all things of different medieval experiences? Let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.